Now it's time for the way you see it. Your comments via social media. Many of you wrote in about my commentary last night concerning Paul Ryan and what I see as his ultimate goal at the GOP convention in Cleveland. We hear first tonight from someone who goes by the name Benjamin Franklin, who writes, JD, Paul Ryan just needs to shut up. Jeez, I'm embarrassed for him and the GOP. He's basically saying that when they get to Cleveland, they will fix that pie-in-the-sky idea that the American people choose their own president. That hubris and arrogance does not go unnoticed by those of us who want our vote to count. Next, it's Larry, disgusted with presidential politics and not comfortable with any of the remaining candidates. Larry writes, every candidate is acting like a 5-year-old child. I am more than with the whole bunch of Republicans. Senator Cruz makes my skin crawl, and Mr. Trump can't beat a limp piece of spaghetti. Unfortunately, I probably will not vote. I wouldn't want any one of them representing me. Sue writes in with this interesting take. I wonder if the Republicans have considered this scenario. If Donald Trump is their candidate for president, many Democrats will vote for him. However, if Ted Cruz is their presidential candidate, those Democrats will vote for Hillary Clinton. The Democrats would be interested in Trump because he tells it like it is. Roberta questions the true motives of the GOP establishment, writing, I really want to know why the establishment is so desperate to dump Trump. Is it because he can't be bought? What are they afraid of? I'm very puzzled. And finally, Chuck sees it this way, writing, I will sum it up short and sweet. Americans are weary of having Barney Fife running the White House and want to replace him with Harry Callahan. Go Trump. Of course, in referencing Harry Callahan, Chuck invokes the character of Clint Eastwood from those movies concerning Dirty Harry. We thank you for your comments. If you'd like to weigh in, send your comments to me at newsmaxtv.com/comments. You can also send your comments to me on our Twitter account, our handle at NewsmaxPrime. And now, for the way I see it, Joe Garagiola literally wrote the book, Baseball is a Funny Game, and he didn't only mean humorous. Sometimes baseball is just plain strange. Consider his own experience. As a rookie catcher for the Cardinals in the '46 World Series, he actually out-hit Ted Williams of the Red Sox in what was the only World Series either of them ever played. Of course, Williams was Cooperstown bound. And in another funny or quirky way, so was Joe's next-door neighbor growing up, Yogi Berra. 3 years ago, Garagiola looked back.
When we were growing up, we'd always say, what do you want to be? I said, you know what I want to do? I want to do 3 things. I want to meet a pope, I want to sleep in the White House, and the last one, I'm not so sure I can remember it, but I wanted to go to the Hall of Fame. Well, after I saw some of those guys that are in the Hall of Fame, I said, well, Joe, the only way you're going to the Hall of Fame is buy a ticket, pal. That's the only way you're going to get in.
That was not the case, of course. Garagiola got into the Hall of Fame, but as a broadcaster, not as a ball player, and what a broadcaster. Not only was he great at calling baseball, he also won a special Peabody Award for the baseball world of Joe Garagiola. In fact, he was one of a select few to host both NBC's Today and Tonight shows. Of those goals he set growing up, Joe went 3 for 3. He also met the Pope, and he spent the night at the White House, though the occasion was not so happy. He'd been invited to watch the 1976 election returns with President Ford. Joe Garagiola passed away yesterday at age 90. I was honored to know him, to learn from him, and to call him friend. My grandfather Ray and my great-uncle Red were also major league catchers, and they taught me a lot of life's lessons, but Joe's humor and humility also serve as a great example. That humor was very much on display as he announced his retirement from the Diamondbacks broadcast booth, and we leave you tonight with words from Joe that will leave you with a smile.
I'm going to say it. I don't deserve a lot of things that have happened to me, but I remember Jack Benny saying he had arthritis. He didn't deserve that either. So